A Gibson.
Any reason?
Because it's for Eugene O'Neill's play, Bread and Butter. Cheers.
So what's the play about?
Okay, so the play is called Bread and Butter, and it's about the youngest of 5 kids. It's about the youngest of 5 kids that wants to be an artist, but everyone in the family is like, you shouldn't be an artist. So the play starts with Edward, who is the oldest of all 5, and their mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, and they're in the living room like just chilling. And Mr. Brown is like reading the newspaper, and then he's like looking at the ads section, and he goes like, you know what, Edward, your ad sucks. And then Edward's like, why? I wrote it myself, Dad, what's wrong with it? And then, Mr. Brown is like, well, I know you wrote it yourself because it's like, it sucks. I don't like your ad, and next time before you start writing something, you need to talk to me. Then Edward goes like, you know what, Dad? I really wanted to talk to you about John. And then Mr. Brown is like, okay, what's he done now? And then Edward starts going like, well, I don't think it's fair that you have me and my brother Harry and the girls working at your store while John is like not doing anything. Harry, I think is the 3rd one in line, comes in, and he goes like, oh, we're talking about John. What's going on with John? And Edward is like, well, I was just telling Dad how he's like such a good for nothing and he should work with us, and it's not fair that we're doing all the work and he's not. So here's like, yeah, Dad, John should do something. What the fuck? And then Mr. Brown tells Harry, well, I have better plans for John. John is going to be a lawyer. Harry's like, well, that's not what I heard. And then Mr. Brown is like, well, what did you hear? Well, I heard that he's going to be a painter. And then, what's his name? Edward goes like, oh yeah, that's gonna be a cool like job to do, with all these housing building around. He can paint the houses. And and then Harry goes like, but that's not the kind of painting I'm talking about. I'm talking about he wants to paint like Picasso. I mean, wait. This is in the 1800s, right? Was Picasso around? Whatever. So he's like, he wants to paint like Picasso. And Mr. Brown is like, Picasso? Who the fuck is Picasso? And what do you mean Picasso? He's gonna be a lawyer. And then, so Edward's like, no, he's not gonna be a lawyer. Are you guys talking about me? What the fuck are you talking about? You want to be an artist? You're going to be a lawyer. Remember, we talked about these. Like, you and I, we talked about these. And then Sean is like, no, we didn't talk about these. Like, you did all the talking. And I was like, well, you're not letting me talk. So I guess it's just going to be like, okay, fine. But I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a painter. And then Harry's like, well, why are you so worried about that? You know, why do you care so much about what John is doing? And then he was like, oh, I know. It's because he's dating, what's her name? He's dating Maud. And you want to be with Maud, and you were with Maud, and you wanted to get married with Maud, and you're jealous because she was like, no, I don't want to marry you. I'm too young to be married. Shut the fuck up, you asshole. Like, I just think that she's just too young to be married. You're gonna get married to Maud. And then John is like, yeah, I guess I should plead guilty to that. I am gonna get married to Maud. So everyone in the family is like congratulating him. Congratulations, cheers, you're gonna get married. Oops. So everyone's congratulating him except Edward. So Edward is just like, yeah, good job, you're gonna get married to Maud. I gotta go. I have a meeting with with who? The mayor? Something like political. So I'm taking off. Mrs. Brown is like so excited that John is gonna be married, right? She's like, oh my God, it makes sense now. You've been spending all this time at the Steele's house. Oh my God, I should have known. And then Mr. Brown goes like, is Mr. Steele okay with you being a painter, an artist, and not making money? And like married his only daughter? And then John is like, yeah, he's okay with it. You know, I talked to him and he's like, sure, whatever you want, son. Like, I'm rich, I'll take care of you. It's okay, as long as my daughter is happy. But you have to take a long time with the engagement before you get married. Because, you know, if you're gonna be an artist, I'm sure you're gonna make a lot of money out of that. I can't believe that Mr. Steele agreed with that. John is like, of course he is. Like, if you don't believe me, he's actually gonna come see you. He's on his way right now. Okay. So the Mr. Steele shows up. And he's like talking to Mr. Brown, like, oh, hey Brown, how you doing? And Mr. Brown is like, I know you're here to tell me that it's okay for John to be an artist, and I don't agree with you. And then Mr. Steele is like, it's gonna be okay, just chill. You know, he's gonna paint beautiful magazines with beautiful girls, and like they're gonna buy those magazines, and he's gonna be rich. It's like, it's no problem. And just give him a year though. And if in 1 year he's not successful, cut the financial help. Oh, come here, honey. I just want to give you a kiss. And Maud is like, oh my God, you're ruining my hair. Don't touch me. My dress. You're like messing it all up. And John is like, come on, I just can't get enough of you. And she's like, oh, you're so horny all the time. Like, no, don't touch me. This is like, you know, very delicate. And then they kiss. John is like, do you think it's okay? Like, do you think your dad is gonna convince my dad that I should be an artist? Like, it's gonna be okay? And then Maud is like, oh yeah, my dad, he will influence him. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine.